This was the symptom that I did not even think was like common or was a thing. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Healed and Whole. I'm Dr. Donicia, a pharmacist who had 15 fibroids removed just last year. In today's video, I want to focus on the signs of fibroids, including the ones that I didn't realize were connected to mine. So if you're experiencing symptoms that might seem a little off, this video is for you. First, let's get into what are fibroids. Fibroids are non-cancerous growths in the uterus and can even be outside of the uterus as well. It is most common in Black women, and it's different for everyone. Some women may experience symptoms and some may not. Some women don't even know that they have them until they get really big and start causing different complications. So the first thing was heavy bleeding and clotting. Oh my goodness. Y'all, my periods were so heavy. But the thing is, I didn't even realize that that wasn't normal because what was I comparing it to? Like, I just thought, okay, this is what it is. My body just excretes a lot of blood and that's what it is. Like, I didn't know that this was abnormal. So I was having heavy periods and I was also experiencing a lot of clots, like big clots. And they were so bad that like I knew when I was passing a clot, it was so painful. So I was experiencing that. I was changing my pad probably every 2 hours or so, and they would be full. The next symptom that I had was heart palpitations. This was something that I would have never connected to fibroids. And a year before I found out, I was having heart palpitations where it's like I'd just be sitting down, minding my business, and my heart would just beat off. Like the beat wasn't like boom, boom, boom. It was like boom, 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 boom. Like it was just like, it was so random. And it would happen and I'd be like, whoa, something's not right. And I remember going to a cardiologist and they did an EKG, they monitored my heart for a week, and they were like, nothing's wrong. So I was like, okay, well, that's it. I later found out that because I was losing so much blood during my periods, I was severely anemic, which was causing my heart to beat irregularly because it was trying its best to pump the little blood that I did have throughout the body to properly oxygenate it. And then this goes into the swollen ankles. This was the symptom that I did not even think was like common or was a thing. So I was having swollen ankles for like a few months. And I was like, this is so strange. Large fibroids can affect circulation and can even cause fluid retention. I didn't even know that. I was so confused as to why I was having swollen ankles. And lo and behold, it was because of fibroids. The next symptom I had, and this was more so towards like right before I found out, I think one of the doctors explained to me that my body was adjusting for years. The amount of fibroids I had and the size, they predicted that I've had these for a while and my body was just constantly adjusting. But then when my body couldn't adjust anymore, that's when I was having left-sided headaches. Now, I don't know why my headaches were only on my left side, but that's what I was experiencing every day for like 2-3 months. The doctor pretty much explained that the headaches were a result of my severe anemia and my heart really trying its hardest to pump whatever blood was in my body to my organs, but it wasn't able to do that effectively because of the anemia. So my brain wasn't getting enough oxygen, and that's why I was having the heart palpitations. Like, all these things were so connected that I didn't even realize it was because of the fibroids and me losing so much blood every month. And my iron levels were so low to the point that I couldn't replenish it in my diet enough for how much blood I was losing. So another symptom of fibroids can be frequent urination or urinary retention. I didn't really experience this, but one of the doctors explained to me that the location and position of my fibroids was actually pressing on my bladder. And he was just like, why aren't you peeing all the time? Like, weren't you? And I was like, I didn't really like pay much attention. Depending on where your fibroids are located and how big they can affect surrounding organs. So you can have back pain, it can be affecting your bladder, and a whole slew of other things. And one of the things that's really important to understand is early detection is so crucial. The reason why I'm sharing my experience and the reason why I'm making these videos is because there's just so much that I wish I knew before finding out I had fibroids. If I had known about certain things, then I probably wouldn't have had to experience certain things. So if you're experiencing any of these symptoms, do not ignore it. Definitely go see your doctor, go see your gynecologist, and advocate for yourself. I know sometimes it can be hard where you're sharing something and it may seem like it's being brushed off, but no, like really dig into it. Do your research, talk to your doctor. Honestly, the earlier you catch fibroids, the more options that you can have to take care of them. I waited a lot longer than I probably should have to address some of the symptoms that I was experiencing. A lot of times the doctor would ask me, how's your period? Are they normal? And I'm like, yeah, because I didn't know what abnormal was. So a lot of times the doctors aren't really asking you like, oh, are your periods heavy? And by heavy, how often are you changing your pad? Because I'd be like, oh, well, they're fine. And I'm just like, because I just didn't know what heavy was. And so when you're talking to your doctor, they may not necessarily ask certain questions. A lot of times they would just ask me, is your period regular? And I'd be like, yeah, because it was. But I also was bleeding way more than I should have been, which would have definitely sparked them to order an ultrasound or, look into it further. So the earlier that you address these symptoms, the better. If you found this video helpful, please let me know in the comments and share any signs and symptoms that I may not have talked about in this video that you experience. Honestly, I really want this channel to be a place where we learn and grow together. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and share and turn on your notifications. Until next time, stay healed and whole.